I made a really good beat the other day. I'm eating a bagel. Let's go over it. The idea behind this, 4 bars. It's not an arpeggio, but it's like weird. It's like notes that build upon each other. One repeating note. Now, this is something I've brought up before, but I got that idea from this Future song called Lil Demon, where that stab plays every 2 bars. Might actually be every 1 bar or the entire song. It just repeats. And there's a few other examples I have of that, but I like having something you can hang on to for every bar or 2. So I came up with this pattern, and it sounded like this with no effects. Without this high note repeating. Still good, but something about this adds like an extra layer. The Purity preset is from this nostalgia, Godam Nostalgia Bank, I assume is the last word. I don't know where this came from. Cool sound though. Digi choir pad, and I just layered it 3 times with different presets. The second one is called Cosmic Analog Pad. I don't have any advice for making melodies like this. I just kind of click shit in randomly. There's little lines that you can kind of grab onto when you're listening to it, but I don't really think of that in the moment. I just pick 1 note, maybe 2. Like I'll pick 1 here, and then the second note, I'm like, okay, what if it goes down 2 bars later? What if we have this little descending thing to end it on? What if we have our starting notes, then we go into the middle and then down? It's just really basic ideas, and of course you can click this little thing and hit VSS enter. It's just the fastest way to have like a scale show up. So I'll hit minor natural, pick 1. I think this one's F sharp minor. Yup. That definitely helps a lot to see what notes are in key. I had a weird rebellious phase with this where I did a little bit of music theory study where I was just playing a lot of piano and just studying a lot of chords and scales and practicing them every day. And what's that fucked up 4chan graph? It's not this one. This is not what I meant. Is it this? This is it. This is what I was talking about. Where I was here and I thought I was above having the scale highlighting, but I'm not. Personally, my mind always goes back to major keys. I think because when I was in band in high school and like growing up all throughout school, that was the only scales we had to learn was the major scales. So that's just drilled into my head. So it's hard for me to think in a minor scale. My point is, don't be afraid to use these or any other asset you have, such as like MIDI packs or whatever. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. So we got the 2 pad layers though. Very cool. And then I got 1 more layer. All 3 have the same notes. This one is this Dream Keys preset, and it sounds like this. You can hear it's brighter. Together they sound like this. To me, it's a little ugly, right? That's not perfect. That's not a final melody you'd hear in a big song. What takes it there for me is one of my favorite plugins of all time called Backmask by Freak Show Industries. They're goated. They have a lot of really cool plugins. This is basically a reverser with a bunch of scary buttons. This dial determines, like, this will be a quarter note, so it'll reverse every quarter note. This is every bar. Question mark? I'm still not 100% sure. I don't know what anything else does. But basically you'll hear it take this first bar as input, and then it'll start reversing every bar as we move on. I also have some EQs on the layers that just cut out the lows. Nothing fancy. So it goes from what we just heard to sounding like this. The one that's like the choir, like you can hear the voice in the high end. Crazy. I took that, rendered it all out. This is every layer with backmask. You'll remember it takes the first bar as input, right? So if it starts here, it really doesn't start till here, till 1 bar later. So that's why I rendered it out, just to make sure I have full control over this. So then all I did was render that out, cut the lows again, just to make sure nothing cuts through, pitched it down 1, didn't even change the tempo. It sounds like this. This layer, by the way, has different backmask timing. This third purity layer, I think it must have been on 4 or 2 or something. I know it was different. I forget which one though. I really have been trying to tap into that older Lucki sound, and this is what does it for me. This is what gets me closest to some of the things that I hear and am most inspired by. It's just a few simple layers reversed. To me, sometimes that means trying 20 different melodies, 20 different patterns, and sometimes it's just down to the notes that you pick, you know? You don't always have to try some new special technique. Sometimes it's just about getting the notes right, which is something I have trouble remembering for sure. And then the rest, like I remember making this hat pattern muted. Like I wasn't listening. I knew this would sound right, which isn't a flex. It's just, first I started with the hat pattern first. It's pretty much 1 bar looping. I made this and then I copied that over and deleted the last note. And then I just copied these 2 bars. No changes, nothing crazy. Added a snare too. Then I got a pretty simple 808 pattern. Note the space in the first 2 bars and then how it has more notes coming later. And then this, you could call it done here. God. Y'all ready for the 808s? It's simple, it's light, it's nothing crazy. And then what I think is interesting is I had a part that I had to delete out of this beat. I used these 2 open hats and I had this open hat pattern. And I listened to it and I liked it, but it was too much. So it didn't make the full beat. Can you hear how distracting that is? It shifts the focus from like this really cool sounding melody and these drums, and everything flows really well in this, except for those open hats screaming and shouting, look, listen to me, you know? As a producer, adding something is almost always gonna sound good to you. Like, I love how a saturated open hat sounds when it's layered with an 808, like on the 1. It's harder to think about things like that in a macro sense, like what's this doing for the beat overall and the song it will be overall, rather than just, yes, you know? So I took it out and then I just replaced it just for 1 shaker. Instead of having these hit on the 2 and the 4, I just have 1 shaker on the 4, hitting twice every 8 bars compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 4 more to make it 16 open hats. Like that's crazy. So listen for the shaker. Way better. It's simple, it's quiet, it still accomplishes the same effect of like ending every 4 bars in a slightly more interesting way. And then the last thing is adding a crash when the 808s come in. I love this crash, by the way. It's called Beautiful Crash, and this is it. And so I have 16 bars with this third layer, and then I take it out for the next 16. And that's how I arrange it. Feel free to fucking screenshot my shit, and use it to help you learn. That's something I do on stream all the time. I have a big list of chords that I build off of whenever I need inspiration. So I won't be mad if anybody does that to me. Thank you. Check out the stream sometime soon if you get the chance. I'm out. I hope you learned something. Okay, bye-bye.